Hi everyone and welcome to another session of Argentine Asado, and today we are going to be cooking a rack of pork ribs. Along with the rack of pork ribs, as you can see, I've got some chorizos, which are basically like pork sausages, and also a blood sausage. So stay tuned and I'm going to be showing you more or less the cooking duration, the grilling time. I'm going to be showing you how to prepare it and of course how I maintain this beautiful fire to have a really nice grilling experience. Enjoy. Okay, so obviously, as always, I have stoked the fire over there on the left, and once the fire really gets going, I then pass all my coals from underneath the fire. So I have like a fire cradle here on the left, and all the coals go underneath, and then I take those coals and I put them under the grill. So I've only just put the meat on, and I salted the meat off the grill. So the first thing I did was salted it on both sides, and then I put it on the rib side down. So if we pick this up, if it isn't too hot, you can see that the ribs are there. And I've actually got the butcher to cut the ribs in half. So when you cut them up, it makes it easier for you to serve your guests with a pork rib with all of this beautiful top side. So I also have I have some chorizos here, and I have a blood sausage. But this is around 5.5 to 6 pounds of pork, and we're gonna be leaving it around an hour and 15 minutes on the rib side down, and then we're gonna do another 45 minutes on the other side. So the cooking duration is gonna be in between an hour and a half and 2 hours, just really depending on the thickness of your meat. Okay, so the pork ribs have been on for around 30 minutes, and what I'm gonna do now is first I'm gonna squeeze some fresh lemon juice over this side, and then I'm gonna, I've sliced up some lemon. I'm just gonna leave the lemon on top and kind of let it cook in with the meat. So you'll notice that there is a few pips that have fallen when I squeezed the lemon juice. So I'm going to take them off because they can actually be really acid, and from my experience, it's better if they're off. So once I've done that, I'll get these pips off, and then I'll just put a few pieces of lemon on it like that. And the reason why I put the lemon juice on now is because I've let the salt really absorb with the juices. If I'd put the lemon juice on at the beginning, it would have meant that the salt wouldn't have absorbed as well. So it's really important that you get it salted up first, get it on the grill, and then put your lemon juice on. During the whole cooking process, I will keep the fire stoked at all times to continually be producing quality coals to grill the pork ribs. So after the pork ribs have been on for 45 minutes on the rib side down, it is now time to turn them over. As you can see, I am going to turn them over with my fork and put them on the meat side down so we can continue the grilling process for another 30 minutes. Once I've turned over the rack of pork ribs, I'm going to continue to apply freshly squeezed lemon juice. During this process, it is really important that you remove any of the excess or pips that fall onto the meat when you're squeezing the juice. And then when you're done squeezing some of the lemon juice on the meat, you can slice up your lemon and put it on top of the meat and let it really cook in with the juices and the heat from the fire. So the rack of ribs has been on now for another 35 minutes and it's time to take it off. I can see the juices coming through on the ribs, so I know that the meat is ready. So I'm going to take it off the grill and put it on my board and chop it up so I can serve it to the hungry guests.